Hello, Nikki Moran here. Now, I hope you can't see any of my wrinkles, and I hope my hair's looking all right today. Well, in fact, I don't care that much because it contradicts with what my blog's all about, which is that I'm railing against the pursuit of perfection today because I believe it's really damaging all of us, and it's so prevalent in our creative industries and the world at large. This obsession with perfection. We all know it's been going on for years in the modelling industry, the touching up of photos, and now it's like we're all injecting Botox into our faces. But I think more importantly, what I'm seeing is a homogenization of a lot of creatives. A lot of people are trying to brand themselves, but I think that we're in danger of copycatting each other instead of showing who we really are uniquely. And to do that, you've kind of got to let go of what other people are doing and go inside and just think about what's unique about you. Think about what's important to you. What have you lived through? What can you share with the world that's really you? Because that is much more connective than glossiness. It's much more interesting, and it connects us together. It makes us more human, and it makes us emotionally connect. And that's what we want from our creatives. Now, I think a role model for me of a creative who's really had a successful career and who is really showing up authentically is comedian David Baddiel. Now, I happened to watch a documentary that he did last night, which was all about his father's dementia, and his father has a particular kind of dementia that means that he swears all the time and says sexual language, and it was just, oh God, I mean, it was just highly entertaining. It was very funny. And of course, you know, he's a comedian, so he kind of picked out the poignancy and told stories about it. You know, it kind of kept on going on to showing his one-man show as well, where he would tell stories of what his father had done. But it also reflected how painful it must have been for him. And he really showed up totally sharing his feelings about seeing his dad's decline. And he was very honest in this documentary, talking about how he had really struggled with his relationship with his father, and particularly frustrated by the fact that his father was very macho and he never ever showed any vulnerability, and it had an impact on him. And his condition, swearing all the time, was a kind of exaggeration of what his dad had been like all his life. But by the end of the documentary, his father kind of loses his expression and he goes very quiet. And David suddenly says he misses it because he realises the swearing and expression was his way of saying he loved him. Very moving. So for me, I really admire David for doing this documentary, and I think he represents a creative who's boldly taking risks in his career. He's showing up. He's showing us a slice of his own life. And that is risky because he's had an established career. He's successful. And so if he was playing it safe, he'd be doing more of the same because everybody, you know, knows what he can do, and he could just keep reiterating the same kind of thing. But for me, that's an example of somebody who's really impacting us, like massively. I didn't really take much notice of him until last night, and now I'm hugely a fan because it touched me deeply. And I think we need more of that. We need more creatives like daring to share more of their own life experiences, because this glossiness, this desire for perfection, I think it's gone too far. I really do. And I do think that we all need to kind of address this and dare to show up, showing our wrinkles, showing our humanity, our passion. Expression is so much more important than gloss and perfection. So that's my message. I'd love to know what you think. Do you feel the same as me? Have you got another point of view? I'd really love to hear your point of view. And if you're not on my list, make sure you get on it. It's nikkimoran.co.uk. And before I finish, I thought I'd share a little quote with you. If one of the things that stops you from sharing your work is worrying about what people think of you, let's take a leaf from Elizabeth Gilbert's book, who's written a book called Big Magic. And she says, if people don't like what you're creating, Just smile at them sweetly and tell them to make their own fucking art. There you have it. Thank you. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye for now.